There are so many things that we can do to improve our life in our 50s and to feel better, to feel happier, to become more successful. And today's video is about how I'm reinventing myself in my 50s. And hi, my name is Thomas, and this is Thomas Try, where I'm trying to make a better life for myself after 50. I see so many men give up on life. They stop trying, they stop chasing, they stop striving for more. And they have become content. And becoming content can be very, very dangerous. Of course, it's not always that being content can be dangerous. Maybe you have a happy life. Maybe you have everything you dreamt of in your life. Maybe you're happy, you're healthy, and if you are content with what you have, then all power to you. I'm happy for you. But for many, many people, being content can be a very, very dangerous state to be in. I'm not saying that you should always chase more. What I am saying is don't give up. Don't give in. Don't stop trying for better. Just because we reached midlife doesn't mean that life is over. It's just midlife. There are lots more to go. The thing with life is that it has its ebbs and flows. It goes in cycles, and sometimes we're up and sometimes we are down. You know, it goes in waves, it goes in rhythms, it has its circles. The thing is, I've been down for a very long time. There have definitely been some rough patches with my mother dying, $1 million business dying, Ukraine war killing another business of mine, selling our house, a whole different things. And there have been darker moments. I've been in a quite a deep depression, and there have been dark moments where I've been sort of thinking, is this really it? Is this as good as it gets? And if this is as good as it gets, then what is the point? What is the purpose of life? What's the point of all of this? These thoughts can be very, very dangerous. I know of several people that has gone too deep into these negative thoughts, where things have become so difficult and so hard that they have chosen to not be with us anymore. I know this talk became dark very fast, and actually it wasn't my intention, but here we are. I think it's, well, I guess it's important to address that negative, deep thoughts can really lead to bad and dangerous and dark places. Now, okay, this is not really the point of where I wanted to go. I mean, what I wanted to say, I wanted this to be more lighthearted, because I wanted to like briefly touch upon how I'm reinventing myself. And ultimately, what I'm trying to put forward here is that it's never too late to change. It's never too late to change your circumstances, change your life, change your financial situation, change your loneliness, change your, change. Change is never too late. That's what I'm saying. Because the thing is that today, like living today in 2026, is the best time ever to be alive. There are abundance. We might feel as if we are not taking part of that abundance, but information and education is available on any topic you want. I mean, you can even go online and find the courses of Harvard online, freely available, and plenty of other universities. But change, I know that change is really, really hard. God knows I know it's really hard. And it took me almost 3 years to really dig myself up from the dark place of which I was in, or the dark, hard, difficult place which I found myself. But it's not impossible. It's not impossible to improve, to make things better. Just because you've hit 50, don't let that stop you. Don't be held back by your age. And if this sounds like I'm sitting here and trying to preach to you, I'm not. This is equally as much, no, this is actually my internal dialogue you're listening to. This is me talking to myself, and also talking to you. Maybe there are some benefits or ideas or hope that you could derive from this, but I'm feeling this is getting very, very dark, and I want to lift it up again, because this channel, if anyone is watching this is all about improving, lifting myself, ourselves up, moving forward, and have a good, great, better life in our 40s, 50s, 60s, and beyond. And that's what I'm basically doing here. It's personal development, self-improvement, how I'm improving myself and how I'm reinventing myself. And let me check my notes here. The thing is, some people might say, oh, I'm brave for sitting here and talking about feely stuff as a 50-plus-year-old guy. Other people might say, oh, he's a fool sitting here talking about these things, about feelings, about mental health, about touchy-feely stuff, I guess. But none of that is a concern to me. I don't care. Whatever people think of me, they are right. And but what I do hope is that I can maybe inspire someone out there, help someone at the same time as I'm definitely doing this for egoistic reasons, helping myself. Because I want to change my life. I want to improve my life. I want to have a better life, a healthier life in all aspects of my life. There's nothing in my life that is perfect. There are areas which are close to perfect. I have a newborn baby. Okay, it's wrong to say that there's nothing that is perfect. I have a great family. And that is the most important thing of everything. So I'm blessed, I'm lucky in that sense. Great wife, wonderful children, newborn, everyone's healthy. I'm the least healthy of the bunch. But okay, let's try to move this a little bit forward. I've spoken a few times about improving myself 1% at a time. And this is a concept that is called marginal gains, and how small improvements leads to compounding growth or compounding success over time. So small improvements compound to bigger wins. Today, in the morning after dropping off my kid to school, I went to a cafe and I started writing down a long list over 1% improvements that I'm gonna do for myself in 2026. It came to Originally it was 49, then I got up to 53. I think I'm at 55 now. I've been adding a few things through that list throughout the day. Some of them are very small and easy to do. Some of them are bigger and harder, but they are all possible. They all stack and they all compound. This is not about creating a difficult list. This is about marginal gains, small improvements that all adds up to a overall much better version of myself. So you may notice that my cowboy hat is behind me over here. I'm not wearing a cowboy hat, I'm not wearing a caps, because today I was at the barber shop and I got a haircut for the first time in 6 months. I had become content. I have been content for a long time. I had stopped caring of how I look, how I dress, how I fix my hair. I have plenty of hats. I've been wearing caps since I was like 12 years old. I love caps. It's kind of like a thing. But I'd become content. I stopped caring about how I look, growing my beard, this thing, if it can even be called a beard, growing my hair, not caring of how it look, dressing like a slob, and getting a haircut is one of the items on my list of 1% improvements. Look, I'll show you my list. I don't know if you can see that, but you know, if you wanna, you can put pause if you wanna read it. I'm gonna definitely make a video about this, but here, I don't know if this is visible. Monthly haircut is one of my thing, and the next point under there is dress better, and that goes into this stuff as well. But basically, taking care of myself, as mundane as getting a haircut is, it's one of those improvements that stack up. Because if you feel better about yourself, that might lead to more self-confidence, it might lead to more positivity, people might notice you more, you might get compliments, your wife might be like, hey, what's going on? Hey, she likes my haircut, happy for that. She was like, oh my God, it's really nice, you look 10 years younger. So I guess I'm 41 now. Doesn't matter. The thing is that I'm starting to care about me again, so that I can be better for me, so I can be better for others. And getting this haircut is one small thing of rebuilding myself again. I want to get away from the fat, the slobbish, the lazy, the depressed, the negative, content, don't give a shit about how I look type of person. I want to care. I want to care for myself. I want to care for my wife. I want to care. I just want to care. I want to be happy. I want to be better. I want to be successful again. And now at 51, that change is starting. That reinvention, that's rebirth is happening right now. And I just showed you the list. And yeah, I showed you the list, and that's, I'm gonna change page here, my notes. That list is such an essential part of reinventing Thomas, rebuilding Thomas, and step by step, I hope by the time my 52 years birthday comes around, I will feel so much better. I will look so much better. I will be so much healthier. Hopefully, I can continue to grow mentally, physically, and spiritually. And I want to be a better person for my children as well. I want to be around longer for my children. I want to see I'm building back Thomas, a better Thomas that will be here when my newborn son will build his own family. I want to be here when I want to build myself back better so I can be the successful one again, so I can thrive again, so that I can have my dream house back again, so I can drive my dream car again, so I can have my vacations with my family, have my trips, never had a super luxurious life, but I had a life that was pretty abundant. And have I ever been really rich? No. Have I been in upper middle class? Absolutely 100%. And that's where I want to go back to again. I guess we're still middle class, but I want all the things, but I want the health and the mental clarity, spirituality. I want all of those things as well, because they all compound. They all go into it all goes into the big ball of the reinvented Thomas, who's going to be better, stronger, happier than ever before. So, as I already probably said, this list right here, this is my blueprint. This is my strategy for becoming that person. And I guess all this to say, really, and I guess I'm hammering this point once again, it's not late. It's not too late for us men in our 50s. We can still be whatever we want to be. I cannot, and I simply will not accept that we are done, that we are finished, that we should not chase our dreams, and that we shouldn't strive for better. Now, I'm in a very lucky position that I run my own business. I've heard about ageism, is that how you pronounce it, in the workplace, that, you know, once you go past 50, you're kind of expired merchandise, and getting a job is hard. Actually, one of my best friends, he literally changing job in a month, and he's turning 50. Probably his last job change, he said, yeah, I need to change before I turn 50, because once I turn 50, everything becomes harder. All this to say, really, it is not over. It's not over. We can still thrive. Life is forward motion. And I'm putting this old train wreck back on the track. And if you are still with me after all of this rambling about me reinventing myself and don't give up and all of that stuff, my train wreck is back on track, and it's building momentum, and it's going forward. All of this rambling to say, if any of the things that I've spoken about here talks to you and it calls you, I'm in many communities, business communities, yes, but actually, okay, I'm digressing again, sorry. I was on a call earlier today with some friends, a friend who's also my business coach, and he started bringing in other people into our circles. And it's so interesting. One is 41, I'm 51, and my friend is 58. And we all have so many of the same thoughts about growing older, impact, being here for our families, being enough, fears and anxieties, thoughts about future, about getting older. Okay, in this case, all three of us are entrepreneurs, so we don't have to worry about jobs. I escaped the rat race long time ago, 29 years, when I quit normal jobs. I only worked in corporate for 4 years and I hated it, so I started my own company and have been doing that ever since. All right, I'm getting so much off track right now. Don't give up. Stay hungry. If you don't have anyone to talk to, but this still appeals to you, like really raise your hand down in the comment. Let's us guys get together, talk among ourselves, build ourselves better, stronger, resilient for the future. I don't have any community, I don't have any groups, I don't have anything to sell. I'm building myself up, back, forward, better. I want you to do the same. I want you to become the best version of yourself, no matter if you're 40, 50, 60s or beyond. So if you're still here, put a comment down below. My last video had 0 views, so this one is going to be longer, more rambling, not succinct at all. So chances are that anyone sees this is low. But hey, I got a new haircut and I don't know. That's all I had for today, I guess. There will be a new video tomorrow. Hopefully it will be a little bit more structured, but yeah, let me know if you're there. Let's chat. Ciao.